Hello everyone. Welcome to English AZ. Imagine being abandoned as a baby, sickly, and told you would never matter, and then becoming one of the richest people in history. This is the story of Larry Ellison. Larry is not just rich. He is not just powerful. He is a man with a story of pain, a story of risk, a story of never giving up. Larry was abandoned as a baby. He was sick. He was told he would never matter. But he refused to accept that fate. He built Oracle. He became one of the richest men in history. He showed the world that your start does not decide your finish. This story will help you improve your English. We will use short sentences. We will use simple words. We will add key phrases. Listen carefully. Repeat after me. And learn English step by step. So, sit back, relax, and let's begin. The amazing journey of Larry Ellison. The night in Chicago is cold and quiet. Streetlights flicker along empty roads. Inside a small apartment, Florence holds her newborn son. Her hands shake. She is only 19. Poor and exhausted. The baby's father left before he was born. Florence loves him, but she knows life will be hard. She has little money, little food, little hope. For 9 months, she tried her best, worked long hours, skipped meals so the baby could eat. But every day feels heavier. She looks at her son and whispers, "You deserve more than I can give." Tears fall down her cheeks. With trembling hands, she places her son into the arms of her sister. "I want you to have a better life," she whispers. The baby cries softly. He is small, fragile, but alive. That baby is Lawrence Joseph Ellison. The world will one day know him as Larry Ellison. Larry grows up in New York with his aunt and uncle. He believes they are his real parents. His adoptive mother is warm and loving. She hugs him when he is sad, comforts him when he is sick. His adoptive father is different, strict, serious, often cold. He believes in rules, discipline, and a simple life. He tells young Larry to follow the path carefully. Don't take risks. The world is dangerous, he says. You must be safe, predictable, ordinary. Larry doesn't want ordinary. Even as a child, he feels different, sickly. Asthma keeps him indoors while other kids play. Lonely, but his mind is active. He loves puzzles, books, and numbers. He dreams of something more. He often stares out the window, imagining the world beyond the apartment. Ships on rivers, trains rushing past, planes in the sky. He wonders, why do I feel different? Why don't I belong? The question haunts him, but it also fuels him. He silently promises, one day I will show the world who I really am. School is a battlefield. Larry is curious, intelligent, stubborn. Teachers recognize his potential, but he is often in trouble. He asks questions that challenge authority. He refuses to follow instructions blindly. Other children tease him, call him names, exclude him from games. Larry feels the sting of isolation, but he also discovers resilience. He learns to stand alone, to think for himself, to pursue his dreams quietly, even when others laugh. Teenage years are filled with tension at home. His adoptive father pressures him to be safe, ordinary. Get a normal job. Don't risk your future, he says. Larry argues, I want more than safety. I want freedom. I want to explore ideas and create something meaningful. At night, his adoptive mother comforts him. You are loved, she whispers. Even when the world feels cold, she tells him. Her words become a shield, a source of courage. The 1950s and 1960s bring change. Music, culture, technology. The world seems full of possibilities. Larry becomes fascinated with science and math. He studies electronics, reads about inventions, and experiments with small machines. Every failure teaches him something. Every success fuels his ambition. By high school, he is recognized as brilliant but rebellious. He dreams of a life far from his neighborhood. He imagines California, technology, innovation. He imagines creating something no one else has ever made. College brings independence. He enrolls at the University of Illinois. For the first time, freedom is in his hands. He studies hard, loves science, thrives in learning. Then, tragedy strikes. His adoptive mother dies suddenly. Larry is heartbroken. He cannot focus on school. He drops out and returns home, feeling lost, empty, and uncertain. He tries again at the University of Chicago. One semester. Then fascination strikes. Computers, the glowing screens, the possibility of coding, the magic of machines. Larry is captivated. He teaches himself programming, staying late in labs, experimenting with software. He realizes school is not the only path. The real world, the world of creation and innovation, calls to him. At 22, Larry makes a bold decision. He moves to California, late 1960s, a time of cultural revolution and technological change. California is a land of dreams, a land where daring ideas become reality. He arrives with little money, no clear plan, no safety net. He takes odd jobs, programming for small companies, fixing machines, sometimes manual labor. Some nights he goes to bed hungry. Some days he feels hopeless. Yet, every struggle strengthens him. Larry studies by night, reads programming books, experiments with new computer languages, learns every lesson technology can teach him. California becomes his playground and his school. He meets other innovators. Some inspire him, some challenge him. He learns business basics, pitching ideas, negotiating, selling vision. He learns risk is inevitable. Failure is unavoidable. But persistence, courage, and intelligence are unstoppable. Larry begins to dream of his own company, one that will change the way the world uses information. He imagines software that helps businesses manage data efficiently. He imagines innovation that will shape the future. At night, he stares at the San Francisco skyline. He remembers the sickly boy staring at the stars. He feels the same fire, the same drive, the same refusal to accept ordinary. He is still young, still inexperienced, but vision drives him. Every decision now is preparation. Every experiment now is a step toward creation. Larry Ellison is no longer just a sick, lonely boy. He is a dreamer, a creator, a future leader. The journey has only begun, and the world has no idea what is coming. The sun rises over California, golden and warm. Larry Ellison steps out of his small apartment. The streets are alive with noise, music, and movement. Cars honk, people rush, vendors shout. Larry feels both excitement and fear. The city is unfamiliar. He has no family nearby, no safety net, no guarantee of success. But he has one thing: vision. Each morning begins with work. Larry takes small programming jobs for minimal pay. Sometimes he fixes machines for local companies. Other times he writes code for small contracts. Often he goes without lunch. Sometimes he walks long distances because he cannot afford bus fare. Yet these struggles teach him resilience. Every dollar earned is a lesson. Every failure, a reminder of the world's unpredictability. In the evenings, he studies relentlessly. Library lights glow as he pores over books, computer manuals, programming guides, mathematics texts. He practices coding late into the night. Errors appear constantly. Programs crash, machines fail. But Larry learns patience. He learns persistence. He learns to celebrate small victories. A program that runs, a calculation that works, a solution found after hours of frustration. Larry's mind is constantly turning. Even mundane moments spark ideas. Watching street vendors, he thinks of efficiency. Watching public transport, he thinks of organization. Even cooking dinner becomes an experiment in precision. He begins to see the world as a system of problems waiting to be solved. Every inefficiency is an opportunity. Every challenge is a chance to innovate. Social life is different. Larry struggles to fit in with peers. His appearance, mannerisms, and relentless curiosity make him feel like an outsider. He is often teased. Some classmates dismiss him as weird or nerdy. Yet he does not give up on relationships entirely. He makes friends who share his curiosity, people who enjoy problem-solving, experiments, and debates. These friendships become invaluable. They provide both support and intellectual challenge. College life at the University of Illinois offers a glimpse of freedom. Larry immerses himself in studies, loving mathematics, electronics, and physics. He dreams of creating machines that can think, store, and manage information. But tragedy strikes again. His adoptive mother, the one constant support in his life, passes away. Larry is devastated. His focus falters. He leaves school and returns home. The world feels heavy. He contemplates his future. He questions his abilities. But deep inside, the spark of ambition still burns. Larry decides to try university again. He enrolls at the University of Chicago. For a short time, he finds direction. Then something extraordinary captures his attention. Computers. Machines that can store and manipulate data, solve complex problems, and respond to commands. He is fascinated. The potential seems limitless. Larry becomes obsessed. He spends hours in computer labs, teaching himself programming languages, experimenting with software design, debugging code, learning the nuances of computational logic. Larry quickly realizes, school can teach knowledge, but real mastery comes from practice and experimentation. By age 22, Larry faces a crucial decision. Stay in school for a degree or leap into the real world? The answer is clear. The call of creation is louder than the promise of a diploma. He packs a small bag and moves to California. It is the late 1960s. The air is electric with cultural revolution. Music, protests, and experimentation are everywhere. The technology scene is emerging, raw but full of potential. Larry has almost nothing. Few connections, little money, no plan beyond the desire to create. His early days in California are grueling. Jobs are scarce. Rent is high. Hunger is constant. Sometimes he sleeps on friends' couches, sometimes in small, noisy apartments. Every coin spent is accounted for. Yet every hardship strengthens him. Every setback sharpens his mind. Every challenge teaches resilience, patience, and ingenuity. He quickly finds work as a programmer for small companies. Often tasks are menial, fixing bugs, updating old code, maintaining machines. But Larry approaches each task with curiosity. He looks for patterns, ways to improve processes, and opportunities to innovate. Other employees view him as odd. He questions methods, suggests changes, challenges authority. Sometimes he is ignored, sometimes he is laughed at. But Larry persists. He sees opportunity where others see annoyance. He learns to navigate office politics. He learns to sell ideas subtly. He learns to inspire trust, even when others doubt him. During these years, he experiments constantly. He builds small programs at night, studies new programming languages, tests theories from research papers. One paper in particular catches his attention: Edgar F. Codd's work on relational databases. Larry reads it with fascination. Most see it as theory, impractical for real business. Larry sees the future. Data can be organized, retrieved, and used efficiently, he thinks. This can change business, medicine, government, everything. He dreams of a company built around this technology. But dreams alone are not enough. He must take action. Larry meets two friends who share his vision. They begin working on the idea together. Late nights, small apartment, second-hand desks. They code, rewrite, pitch, and test. Investors are skeptical. Clients are hesitant. Competitors ignore them. Yet Larry's leadership begins to shine. He motivates his team, encourages creative solutions, pushes them to think beyond conventional limits. The first breakthrough comes slowly. A small government contract. It barely covers expenses, but it validates their concept. Larry continues refining software, adds new features, improves speed and efficiency. The software begins to attract attention. Oracle, the company that will one day dominate databases, is born. But growth is not smooth. Early successes bring new challenges. Clients demand more. Competitors adapt. Pressure builds. Larry learns to embrace stress as a teacher. Each problem becomes a puzzle. Each setback is a chance to improve. He becomes relentless, sometimes harsh. He pushes boundaries constantly. Outside work, Larry continues personal growth. He studies philosophy, science, history. He races motorcycles and cars. He sails. Adventure becomes a metaphor for life, risk, planning, courage, and execution. Storms at sea teach calmness. Motorcycle races teach focus. Failures teach humility. Victories teach patience. His personal life is complex. Friendships are tested. Romantic relationships fail. He learns lessons in loyalty, trust, and human nature. Larry also begins exploring philanthropy. Education, technology access, and science spark his interest. He begins thinking beyond personal gain. Every experience shapes him. Every challenge prepares him. Every failure teaches resilience. Larry Ellison is no longer the lonely, sickly boy in Chicago. He is a visionary, a creator, a leader in the making. The journey is only beginning. California is vast, full of opportunity, full of challenge. And Larry Ellison is ready to seize it. The sun rises over San Francisco, bathing the city in gold. Larry Ellison walks briskly to Oracle's small office. The streets are alive with cars, bicycles, and pedestrians. The city smells of coffee, gasoline, and the sea. Inside the office, a tiny room with second-hand desks and chairs. Larry's team is already at work. He greets each member with a nod. The energy is tense but alive. Each person feels the weight of possibility and the thrill of creation. Larry sits at his desk, reviewing code. Lines of text flicker on the screen. Every command, every calculation, every loop is a test. He thinks about the vision that brought him here. Oracle will change the world. He can feel it in every fiber of his being. The early days are brutal. Investors doubt him. Clients hesitate. Competitors scoff. "Who are these kids?" one executive asks. "They can't build software to compete with IBM." Larry hears the skepticism, but doesn't flinch. "Let them watch," he thinks. "Our work will speak for itself." Each day is a battle. The team works from dawn until late night. They fix bugs, rewrite code, pitch clients, test software. Money is tight. Some months they cannot pay rent. Some nights they go hungry. But the fire inside Larry never dims. Every failure is an opportunity to learn. Every small success is celebrated. He remembers Chicago, the lonely boy with asthma, the boy who stared at the stars and dreamed of more. That boy is still alive inside him. He walks to the window, looks at the city skyline. "This is it," he whispers. "This is my chance." Oracle begins to gain traction. A small government contract arrives. It barely covers expenses but validates their idea. Larry's team works tirelessly. The software is refined. Features are added. Efficiency improves. Clients start noticing. Word spreads. Oracle grows. But growth brings challenges. Clients demand more. Competitors adapt. Investors expect faster results. Larry learns the true cost of ambition. Success is not just about ideas. It is about execution, discipline, and leadership. He pushes his team hard, sometimes too hard. Employees feel exhausted. Some complain. Some quit. But Larry knows that true innovation requires relentless effort. He balances pressure with encouragement, reward with accountability. The 1980s arrive, and Oracle enters a new phase. Databases become essential for businesses, banks, and government. Oracle's software is powerful, efficient, and scalable. Revenue grows. The company hires more people, moves to larger offices. Larry becomes a recognized figure in Silicon Valley. He is admired, feared, and sometimes envied. His personal life evolves too. He buys cars, motorcycles, and yachts. He sails competitively, learning strategy, teamwork, and precision. Adventure becomes a metaphor for business. Storms at sea teach patience. Races teach risk assessment. Wins teach humility. Losses teach resilience. But ambition has a price. Larry is often alone. Relationships falter. Friends come and go. He learns that leadership requires sacrifice. To build an empire, one must endure loneliness, criticism, and constant challenge. By the early 1990s, Oracle faces a crisis. Revenue appears high due to accounting practices. When the truth emerges, the stock crashes. Investors panic. Competitors circle. Employees worry. Critics demand Larry's resignation. Larry stands before his leadership team. Faces are tense, eyes filled with fear. "We will not fall," he declares. "We will fight. Oracle will rise again." Decisions are painful. Employees are laid off. Departments are reorganized. Focus is restored to survival. The crisis tests Larry's leadership like never before. He learns the importance of courage under pressure. He learns that vision must be coupled with pragmatism. He learns that a true leader must take responsibility for every decision. Oracle recovers. The company grows stronger than before. Clients return. Investors regain confidence. Competitors take notice. Larry becomes a symbol of resilience, a man who faces failure and turns it into strength. He continues personal growth alongside business success, studies history, philosophy, and science, travels the world, learns negotiation, strategy, and human behavior. Every experience informs Oracle and himself. Innovation remains his focus. Relational databases evolve. New features are developed. Oracle expands into new markets. Larry pushes boundaries. He takes calculated risks. He invests in technology that others dismiss. His team becomes his extended family. Executives who work with him for decades learn his ways. He rewards loyalty. He demands excellence. He inspires ambition. In the mid-1990s, Oracle competes directly with Microsoft, IBM, and other giants. The competition is fierce. Every contract matters. Every decision is critical. Larry thrives under pressure. He is bold, sometimes ruthless, but visionary. Success brings wealth, but also challenges. Media attention, public scrutiny, and corporate battles become constant. Larry navigates them with strategy and confidence. He also invests in adventures, sailing competitions, private islands, and philanthropy. These pursuits teach lessons transferable to business: strategy, leadership, teamwork, and vision. Larry begins philanthropy in earnest, supports medical research, education, and technology initiatives, joins the Giving Pledge, commits to donating billions to improve the world. He believes true success is not measured by wealth alone. It is measured by the impact one creates. Oracle enters the era of cloud computing and AI. Larry anticipates the shift, invests heavily despite skepticism, competes with Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. Analysts doubt him. Critics scoff. Larry remains steadfast. History favors the bold, he thinks. Oracle grows into a tech giant. Cloud services expand. AI products are developed. Clients worldwide rely on Oracle's technology. Larry's vision continues to shape the company. The empire he built from nothing now influences millions. Through it all, Larry remains curious, reads constantly, studies science, philosophy, and history, explores ideas beyond technology. Adventure, challenge, risk, and curiosity define him. Every decision is informed by knowledge, intuition, and experience. As the 2000s progress, Larry's legacy becomes clear. Oracle is a global powerhouse. Philanthropy supports life-saving research and education. Innovation continues to shape industries. Larry Ellison is no longer just a CEO. He is a visionary, adventurer, leader, and mentor. He is a man who turned adversity into strength. The boy abandoned in Chicago has become a man who defines the future. His journey is a testament to resilience, ambition, and courage. Every struggle, failure, victory, and decision is part of the story. And the story is far from over. Larry looks out over San Francisco. City lights flicker. The water sparkles. The world is vast, full of challenges and opportunities. The fire that started in a small, sickly boy continues to burn. Curiosity, courage, and ambition propel him forward. Every day is a chance to innovate, create, and lead. Larry Ellison is ready. Chongbon, triumphs, challenges, and the making of a billionaire, expanded. Sao Ngin 2. The sun rises over the Pacific, casting golden light on the San Francisco Bay. Larry Ellison steps onto the deck of his small sailboat, the waves lapping gently. The city behind him hums with life. Traffic, construction, music, and chatter. But Larry's mind is far from the city. He is thinking about Oracle. The company has grown. The software is in demand. Clients are numerous. Yet with growth comes responsibility. Every decision is heavier. Every misstep could cost millions. Every choice impacts employees, investors, and the future of technology. Larry begins his day early. He reviews emails, checks reports, and meets with executives. He analyzes every metric, every line of code, every client request. His mind works like a high-speed engine, constantly evaluating, predicting, and strategizing. Sometimes he pauses, remembering the lonely boy from Chicago, the boy who stared at the stars and dreamed of more, the boy who was sickly, abandoned, and underestimated. That boy is alive in me, Larry whispers. He drives every decision I make. Oracle's growth is exponential. The 1990s bring major contracts. Governments, banks, airlines, and multinational corporations adopt Oracle's software. Revenue soars. Employees multiply. The office expands from a tiny room to a massive building. But success has a cost. Larry pushes his team hard. Deadlines are tight. Expectations are high. Mistakes are met with scrutiny. Some employees thrive. Some crumble. Some leave. Larry understands the burden of leadership. He knows that excellence requires sacrifice. He knows that innovation demands relentless focus. Outside of work, Larry's life is no less intense. He develops a passion for sailing, buying his first competitive yacht. He invests in technology for racing, building advanced designs, and hiring top sailors. Sailing teaches him lessons transferable to business: strategy, risk management, teamwork, and precision. Storms at sea mirror challenges in business: unpredictable, uncontrollable, dangerous. Larry navigates both with calm and decisiveness. His personal life is complex. Romantic relationships falter. Friendships are tested. Larry learns that true loyalty is rare. Yet these experiences shape him. He becomes more discerning, more strategic, more aware of human nature. In 1990, Oracle faces a major crisis. Accounting practices have inflated revenue. When the truth emerges, the stock crashes. Investors panic. Competitors circle. Employees lose confidence. Larry gathers his leadership team, faces tense, eyes filled with worry. "We will not fail," he says. "Oracle will rise again." Together, painful decisions follow. Layoffs, restructuring, focus on survival. The crisis tests Larry's resilience. He works day and night, reviews every contract, negotiates with investors, reassures clients. His leadership is tested like never before. He learns the importance of calm under pressure, of clear vision, of unwavering commitment. Oracle recovers. Growth resumes. The company emerges stronger, more disciplined, more innovative. Larry becomes a billionaire. The money brings freedom, but also new challenges. Media scrutiny intensifies. Public attention grows. Critics emerge. Larry embraces both the accolades and the scrutiny. He knows that public opinion is temporary. True achievement is measured by innovation, impact, and legacy. With wealth comes adventure. Larry buys rare cars, motorcycles, and a private jet. He invests in properties, including a Hawaiian island called Lanai. Some criticize him, calling it excess. Larry sees it differently. "This island is a laboratory," he says. "We can innovate, experiment, and create models for sustainable living." He continues competitive sailing, enters America's Cup. His team trains for years. Millions of dollars are invested in research and design. When his team wins, Larry stands on the deck, holding the trophy. The crowd cheers. It is a victory not just in sport, but in strategy, vision, and persistence. Larry also invests in innovation within Oracle. He pushes cloud computing and AI technologies before many competitors. Analysts doubt him. Critics laugh. Larry remains steadfast. "We have been underestimated before," he tells his team. "We will prove them wrong again." He invests heavily in R&D. Teams work day and night. New products are developed. Software evolves. Clients adapt. Oracle maintains its dominance. Philanthropy becomes a focus. Larry donates billions to medical research, education, and technology access. He joins the Giving Pledge. "I have more money than I could ever spend," he says. "The logical thing is to make the world better." He funds programs that help young people access education and technology, supports research on aging, disease, and longevity. Larry's approach to life is consistent. Every challenge is an opportunity. Every risk is calculated. Every success is a step toward greater achievement. He balances business, adventure, and philanthropy. Sailing, innovation, and giving back are all parts of a complex life. By the 2000s, Oracle is a global powerhouse. Cloud computing grows. AI becomes central. Larry pushes Oracle to invest heavily in these emerging fields. Competition is fierce. Amazon, Microsoft, Google. Many analysts say Oracle will fall behind, but Larry thrives under pressure. "History favors the bold," he tells his team. Year after year, Oracle develops new cloud products. The company's value rises dramatically. Larry's personal life continues with intensity. Private islands, yachts, racing, and rare vehicles reflect both passion and strategy, but they also symbolize curiosity, risk-taking, and pursuit of excellence. At the peak of his career, Larry becomes a symbol, a man who started abandoned and poor, a boy who was sickly and underestimated, a man who became a billionaire, innovator, adventurer, and philanthropist. Larry sits quietly in his office. The city of San Francisco glows below. Lights flicker like stars in the night. He watches. He thinks. He remembers the boy he was. Sickly, abandoned, told he would never matter. Now he is a billionaire. Oracle is a global tech giant. He has yachts, islands, and planes. But wealth is not what defines him. Legacy does. He reflects on every failure and success, every late night in tiny offices, every investor who laughed, every client who doubted him. Persistence turned into power. He remembers the early days, second-hand desks, no clients, barely enough money for rent. He pitched ideas. People laughed, critics doubted. He persisted. Larry recalls employees. Some quit, some argued, some made mistakes. Those who stayed became loyal. They helped build Oracle. They shared his vision. He realizes leadership is not just giving orders. It is about vision, courage, inspiring others, making them believe in a shared dream. The 1990 crisis comes to mind. Revenue misreporting. Stock crashed. Critics demanded he resign. Rivals grinned. Some employees lost faith. Larry gathered his top team. "We will not fail. We will fight. Oracle will rise again." He remembers those nights. Hard choices, layoffs, restructuring. Painful, but necessary. Oracle survived. Oracle thrived. His leadership had been tested like never before. Adventure is part of his philosophy. Not just business, not just money, but challenge. Adventure teaches focus. Adventure teaches courage. Adventure teaches leadership. Larry loved speed. Cars roared in his garage. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Motorcycles. He raced on tracks. Wind slaps his face. Heart pounds. Sometimes he crashed. Minor injuries taught lessons. Friends worried. "Be careful, Larry," they said. Larry laughed. "Risk is part of life," he replied. "Calculated risk leads to growth. Every vehicle is a lesson. Every race is a test. Mechanics, aerodynamics, engine tuning, all taught him." Sailing was his true love. The ocean called him. He bought a 450-foot yacht, the Rising Sun. Luxury rooms, basketball court, movie theater, floating palace. He trained his crew daily. Study wind patterns, navigation, optimize sails, design fastest boats. Competition is fierce. America's Cup. Storms crash. Equipment fails. Pressure rises. Larry stays calm, commands crew, calculates risks, leads by example. They win. He stands on deck. Trophy shines. Crowd cheers. Heart swells with pride. He buys Lanai, Hawaiian island, sees opportunity, builds hotels, farms, renewable energy projects. Critics scoff. Just a billionaire's toy. Larry answers, "No. It's a laboratory, a place for innovation, a place to test sustainable living." He monitors crops, studies soil, tracks weather, hires scientists, pushes them to innovate. Some experiments fail, some succeed brilliantly. Adventure is philosophy, not just business, not just wealth. Challenges teach lessons. Sailing teaches patience. Racing teaches risk assessment. Island projects teach management. Every experience shapes leadership. Philanthropy shapes his legacy. He donates billions, supports medical research, funds education, joins Giving Pledge, promises half his fortune. True success is what you give back, not what you keep. He mentors young leaders, challenges them, pushes critical thinking, rewards initiative. Leadership equals vision plus courage. Larry remembers his early failures. Tiny office, empty wallets, clients rejecting ideas. He felt hopeless sometimes. But inside him, fire burned. A quiet voice. "You will succeed." Do not give up. He learned to listen to that voice. Persistence became second nature. Failure was not the end. It was feedback. A lesson. He reflects on the 1990 crisis again. Revenue misreporting. Stock crashed. Critics demanded his resignation. Rivals smirked. Larry gathers his team. "We will fight. We will survive. We will innovate." He worked late nights, reorganized Oracle, cut costs carefully, kept the team motivated. Slowly, Oracle regained strength. Adventure remained central to Larry's life. He drives fast cars, rides motorcycles, races on tracks. He feels alive in risk. One day, in a motorcycle race, engine fails. Most riders panic. Larry remains calm. He adjusts his plan, wins the race. Lesson. Flexibility is key. Sailing brings more lessons. Pacific Ocean. Storm hits during practice. Crew panics. Larry shouts commands, adjusts sails, navigates waves expertly. Storm passes. Lesson. Calm leadership under pressure. Larry expands his Hawaiian island projects. Lanai is more than a toy. He develops farms, studies soil carefully, tests new irrigation technology. Some crops fail, some thrive. Lesson. Experimentation leads to innovation. He spends time mentoring young innovators, sees ambition and fear, teaches lessons in resilience, encourages curiosity, rewards initiative. He says, "Failure is part of growth. Fear is part of learning. Persistence is part of success." Larry wakes early. Sunlight filters through the tall windows of his San Francisco office. He sips coffee and looks at the city below. It is calm, but his mind is alive. He thinks of the long journey from childhood, sickly, abandoned, ignored, rejected. And now everything has changed. Yet he knows success is not just about money or fame. It is about decisions, actions, courage, and vision. He remembers the early days of Oracle, a tiny office, desks made of old wood, 2 friends by his side, no clients, no money. They faced rejection constantly. Investors laughed, competitors ignored them. But Larry never doubted the vision. He spent nights coding, rewriting, improving. Every bug fixed was a small victory. Every email sent to a potential client carried hope. Every conversation was a lesson in patience. As Oracle grew, challenges grew too. The 1990 revenue scandal was a turning point. Investors panicked. The stock collapsed. Employees were scared. Critics demanded his resignation. Larry gathered his leadership team. He spoke with calm authority. "We will survive. We will rebuild. We will innovate. Every problem is an opportunity in disguise." He spent weeks restructuring the company, cut costs where necessary, reassured employees, kept morale high. Slowly, Oracle recovered. Larry's personal philosophy comes from adventure. Not just sailing, not just racing motorcycles. Adventure is preparation. Adventure is learning under pressure. Adventure teaches leadership. He recalls a storm in the Pacific during a sailing race. Waves crash. Crew panics. Equipment fails. He shouts commands, adjusts sails, navigates expertly. The storm passes. The lesson: calmness under pressure is a strength. His passion for speed is not just thrill. Motorcycle races, car tracks, and yacht competitions teach focus, precision, and strategy. Every failure is analyzed. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Risk is necessary, but calculated risk is an art. He also sees failures in life as lessons. Friendships lost, partnerships broken, mistakes made. Each teaches resilience. Each teaches adaptability. Each teaches empathy. Larry's vision extends beyond Oracle. He invests in cloud computing early, when competitors hesitate. He believes in AI, analytics, and the power of data. Many doubt him. He moves forward anyway. He meets engineers daily, discusses ideas, challenges them to think beyond current limits. He pushes for innovation relentlessly. Mistakes happen. Failures are expected. He iterates constantly. Progress is slow but steady. He reflects on the human side of leadership. A CEO is more than a technical mind. A CEO must understand people, motivate them, inspire loyalty, handle conflict with wisdom. He recalls mentoring a young engineer. "Larry, I'm afraid to fail." Larry smiled. "Fear is information. Use it to prepare. Do not let it stop you from acting." Larry expands his personal projects. Lanai, the Hawaiian island, becomes a laboratory for innovation. Renewable energy experiments, sustainable farming, education initiatives. He visits farms daily, observes weather, soil, crop growth, tests new technologies, fails sometimes, but never gives up. Adventure and innovation intertwine. Every project tests patience, problem solving, and creativity. Every success reinforces vision. Philanthropy remains central. He funds medical research, supports education programs, joins Giving Pledge. He publicly promises to donate half his fortune. Larry believes that true legacy is not what you accumulate. It is what you give back. He personally visits schools and research labs, meets students, scientists, and innovators, sees the direct impact of his contributions. He travels extensively. Japan, Italy, France, and beyond. He studies history, technology, and culture. Every trip is a lesson. Every person he meets is a teacher. He applies these insights to Oracle and life. He also spends time reflecting quietly, sitting alone on the deck of his yacht, watching the sunset, considering the next challenge. Larry believes in curiosity. It drives innovation. It fuels leadership. It keeps life vibrant. He studies constantly, reads history, science, and philosophy, analyzes strategies of ancient warriors and modern inventors. All lessons feed into Oracle's growth and his personal journey. He also understands the importance of loyalty. Many executives have been with him for decades. They trust him. He trusts them. He rewards loyalty with responsibility. He demands excellence but provides support. Larry's life is a paradox. Ruthless yet caring. Bold yet reflective. Competitive yet generous. Every action is deliberate. Every decision carries weight. He thinks about long-term consequences. He calculates risks, but also values intuition. He reflects on the future. Cloud computing, AI, sustainability, medical research. Opportunities abound. Challenges persist. He feels ready. The lessons of the past guide him. The fire of the abandoned boy still burns. Larry smiles, thinking of all he has achieved. But he knows the journey is not over. Every day brings new challenges, new opportunities, and new adventures. Larry stands on the balcony of his San Francisco penthouse. City lights twinkle below. The air is crisp. He breathes deeply, thinking of his life's journey. From abandoned baby to one of the richest men in history. From sickly child to visionary CEO. From lonely boy to a leader who inspires thousands. He recalls the days when he had nothing. No money, no stability, no certainty. Each struggle shaped him. Each setback taught him. Each failure was a step toward strength. Larry reflects on the evolution of Oracle. Tiny office with 2 friends. Second-hand desks. No clients, no investors. They worked relentlessly, coding late into the night, pitching ideas to anyone who would listen, facing constant rejection, feeling the sting of failure. But hope never left him. His vision was clear. Create a company that changes the world of technology. The first big breakthrough came with a government contract. It gave Oracle enough money to survive. Word spread about their software. It was efficient, powerful, ahead of its time. Oracle grew slowly but surely. They hired more people, moved into bigger offices. Clients started trusting them. Competitors began to notice. Larry's boldness defined him. He never shied from risks. He believed in calculated risks. He believed in innovation. He believed in challenging the status quo. Every decision carried consequences. Some failed. Some succeeded brilliantly. He learned from both. The 1990 revenue crisis was a true test. Stock collapsed. Employees feared. Rivals waited to strike. Critics demanded his resignation. Larry acted decisively. Reorganized Oracle. Made hard choices. Cut costs. Laid off some employees to save the company. Focused everyone on a single goal: survival. Oracle recovered. The company became stronger. Larry's leadership was tested and proven. Beyond business, adventure shaped Larry's life. Sailing, car racing, motorcycle riding. Not just hobbies. Lessons in focus, precision, strategy, and courage. Storms at sea taught calmness under pressure. Racing taught flexibility and risk assessment. Failures became lessons, not deterrents. Lanai, his Hawaiian island, became a laboratory for innovation. Sustainable agriculture, renewable energy projects, and education initiatives. Some experiments failed. Some succeeded beyond expectations. Every project required patience, adaptability, and creativity. Larry learned to embrace failure as part of progress. Adventure, risk, and exploration defined his life outside the office. Philanthropy remained central. Medical research, education, and science were his passions. Giving Pledge committed him to donate half his fortune. He personally visited hospitals and research labs, met students and scientists, observed the direct impact of his contributions. He believed that true legacy is not what you keep. It is what you give back. Larry reflected on leadership and human nature. A CEO must understand people, motivate them, inspire loyalty, handle conflict with wisdom. He mentored young engineers personally, advised them on risk, failure, and innovation, encouraged curiosity and independent thinking. Fear is information, he told them. Use it to prepare. Do not let it stop you. He traveled extensively. Japan, Italy, France, and beyond. Studied history, technology, and culture. Observed human behavior. Learned negotiation and strategy. Every trip was an experiment. Every person he met was a teacher. Every new experience enriched Oracle and himself. Larry's curiosity fueled innovation. He constantly read books, analyzed strategies, and explored science and philosophy. This allowed him to think beyond conventional boundaries. His decisions were calculated, but intuition guided him in uncertain moments. Loyalty was vital. Many executives stayed with him for decades. He rewarded loyalty with responsibility. He demanded excellence, but supported his team. Larry understood balance, work, adventure, philanthropy, reflection, all intertwined. Each aspect taught lessons. Each decision had meaning. He embraced paradox, ruthless yet compassionate, bold yet reflective, competitive yet generous. He believed life was not a straight path. It was a series of choices. Each choice defined character. Each challenge strengthened resolve. Larry looked to the future. Cloud computing, AI, sustainability, medical research, global education. Opportunities were vast. Challenges were inevitable. He felt ready. The lessons of the past guided him. The fire of the abandoned boy still burned within. Curiosity, courage, and vision propelled him forward. He smiled, recalling the rooftop in San Francisco where his journey began. The lonely, sickly boy looking at the stars. The boy who was told he would never matter. Now that boy had become a man who changed the world. A man who built an empire. A man who inspired millions. A man whose legacy would last far beyond his lifetime. Larry's story is not just about money or success. It is about belief, resilience, and courage. It is about turning adversity into strength. It is about dreaming, risking, failing, learning, and achieving. From abandoned baby to visionary billionaire, Larry Ellison's life teaches a simple truth. Your beginning does not determine your end. Your choices, persistence, and courage do. He turns away from the balcony, looks at his office, his team, his projects, thinks of the adventures still to come, the challenges yet to be faced, the innovations yet to be discovered. The journey never ends. The fire never dies. The legacy continues. Larry smiles again. The city glows below. The world waits. And Larry Ellison is ready. Outro. Your turn to dream. Full story. The night is quiet. The city lights of San Francisco glow softly, reflecting on the water. Larry Ellison stands on the deck of his yacht, looking out at the endless horizon. He remembers the boy he once was. The sickly, abandoned child in Chicago. The boy who was told he would never matter. The boy who dreamed of a life bigger than the circumstances around him. That boy became a man who changed the world. He turned hardship into strength. He turned curiosity into innovation. He turned ambition into reality. Larry built Oracle from nothing. He faced skepticism, failure, and near ruin. He made bold decisions, took enormous risks, and navigated crises. Through every challenge, he never gave up. He remained curious, daring, and relentless. Beyond business, Larry pursued life with intensity. Sailing competitions, rare vehicles, private islands. Each adventure was more than luxury. It was a lesson in strategy, resilience, and vision. He explored, he competed, he learned. He also gave back billions to medical research, education, and technology access. He joined the Giving Pledge, committing to use his wealth to improve the world. Larry understood that true success is measured not only by what you achieve, but by the impact you create. Through decades of innovation, ambition, and courage, Larry became more than a billionaire. He became a symbol, a man who refused to let circumstances define him, a man who proved that even the most unlikely beginnings can lead to extraordinary outcomes, a man who continues to shape technology, adventure, and philanthropy. And now the story turns to you. What about your story? What dreams are waiting inside you? What risks are you willing to take? Remember, your start does not decide your finish. Every great empire, every life-changing innovation, every personal triumph begins with a single decision: to believe in yourself. Larry's journey shows it's possible. From abandoned child to billionaire. From outsider to industry-shaping visionary. From dreams to reality. The boy who was told he would never matter became a man who changed the world. And now it's your turn. Take a step. Chase the dream. Face the challenge. Embrace the journey. Because one decision, one action, one leap of faith can change everything. The stars above, the lights below, the endless horizon. Everything is waiting. Your story begins today. Thanks for watching. Which part of Larry Ellison's story inspired you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more English learning videos.